The most important thing for me are the kids, and this makes me
Mm.
emotional. I'll be honest with you. It does, because I was one of those kids. I was a trans kid, right? But we didn't call it that back in the day. But that being said, I know where these kids are hurting. I understand what's going on. But the thing that I do not understand in my community is medicalizing children. I do not believe in it. I do not think it is smart. I do not think it will alleviate until I see lots of studies on that. Why are we messing with kids medically? Kids grow out of stuff. I'm not saying they're all going to grow out of it, but I'm going to tell you, once you medicalize a child, that child is medicalized for the rest of their life. And why would we do that? Just to make them trans or to alleviate things we don't even know? We have no research on how this is going to help the future of children. We do not. And we're lying when we say we do, because I've looked for it. Nobody can give it to me. It's not there. We have research on the blockers and how they can be destructive on long term physically.
Oh, Buck, this is such an important issue that you bring up, and I'm glad you're the one that brought it up, because my intuitive sense of I was born in the Soviet Union and later lived in Russia and now living in the West. I have an intuitive sense of just how decent and welcoming and open-minded people in the West are in general, and I think that also will apply to the trans issue too. But when you start talking, we covered a story on the show a few days ago about a 2-year-old whose parents were on television and they were being praised and celebrated as for encouraging and supporting their trans 2-year-old. The 2-year-old didn't even have a concept of gender, right? But when the general public in Britain here and in America where you are see that, I think that's what's pushing a lot of people into the sort of like, there's something wrong here. Whereas in the past, they would have just gone, oh, Buck, you're transitioning. Great. You're an adult. You do you.
That's right. That's right. No, you hit it right on the head, my friend, and that's why I talk about it. Look, I don't want any kid to suffer, and shame on anyone who thinks that about me. That's not why I've done the work I've done or put myself out there in the world naked. I did not do that. I've been beat up for 20-something years, my friends, and I have grown a thick skin because of it. But that being said, because my ultimate goal was to teach the world that it's not what you think it is, and the man walking down the street might not be the man you think he is. And so by opening myself up like that, I'm really doing a lot of work to sort of expose us. Now I feel like we're going backwards. When you bring kids into an equation and medicalizing kids at such a fast rate with not giving the rest of the world time to catch up, of course everyone's going to say, wait a minute here. And we should be. Kids are the future. And when you start to medically mess with kids, how are those kids going to be as adults? Do we even know? Are they actually going to be okay? What's this thing called detransitioners? Where are detransitioners coming from? Do you know that I've never in the 26 years of my transition, I never saw detransitioners before. All of a sudden, in the last 5, even the last 2 years, they're popping out like mad. They have organizations. That says to me something's wrong with the system.